What's up guys, I'm Joey and this is Performance Outdoor. I'm into all things outdoor, camping, fishing, hunting, backpacking, but my favorite thing is finding awesome quality gear that doesn't break the bank. If that's something you're interested in too, hopefully you'll check out some of my other videos and consider subscribing to the channel. So I have a trip coming up where I'm spending 4 days on the Appalachian Trail in East Tennessee with my cousin, and while I'm normally more of a hammock camper, I decided to shake it up and get a 2-person backpacking tent. I've had my eye on the Alps Lynx 2 for some time now, and I picked it up about a month ago, and I've been playing with it, camping out in the backyard with the kids, just testing it out, making sure it's something that I want to bring on the trail with me. Now I broke the video up into a few different spots, so right now I'm going to go through some of the specifications as well as the setup and the takedown of the tent. I'll put a timestamp in below with where you can fast forward if you wanted to see a specific section. Now I'm going to go right to it. The first thing, and I'd say the biggest pet peeve that most people have with a tent, is once you get it out of the bag, can you get it back into the bag? Well, I will tell you, this tent you can absolutely get back into the bag. So that right now is a huge feature of it that I absolutely love, and I've got a whole bunch of tents, I'm sure you do too, that you fight like hell to try to get it back in the bag with absolutely no luck whatsoever. The Alps goes in super easy. You'll be able to see that in the video as well. Now Alps makes this tent in 3 different colors. You can pick up all 3 of those on Amazon, and I find it weird. It's not just with Alps, it's with a lot of different products. The exact same product is a different price depending on what color you buy, which makes no sense to me, especially when you see the price swing. So I picked up the blue one and I got it for about 125 bucks. They also sell one that they call clay rust and another one that's blue green. It's more green than anything. And there's a $60 price swing between the blue one and the green one. It's the same tent. I read through all the specs, it's the exact same tent, so I have no idea why it'd be $60 more. Kind of seems like a no-brainer. You'd pick up the least expensive one if it's the exact same tent. So like I said, I bought this blue one and it was about 125 bucks on Amazon. So let's talk about a few of the things that come in the tent and a few things that do not come in the tent. One of the things that does come in the tent is a little pouch with all your tent stakes and your 2 guy lines. Now it comes with 8 aluminum tent stakes, and they're actually pretty decent. Each one is 0.5 ounces, so pretty light. 8 is kind of overkill for me. As I say in the video later, I typically only bring about 4, and I've got a specific one that I usually bring. This is one from Coughlin's that's 0.7 ounces, and I prefer this one over this. So I'm already going to cut down a few ounces by not carrying these. I'm going to get rid of these and then just pack in these 4 tent stakes. So you'll see in the video you need 2 for each of the vestibules. It's really a front porch. You got 2 porches on the tent, and then 2 for the guy lines in case you're camping in a lot of wind. In addition to the tent stakes and the guy lines, it also comes with a gray and blue patch kit in case you get any tears in your tent. It's not something I'm going to bring with me because I always bring T-tape, like tenacious tape. If I get a rip in my sleeping bag, my hammock, my tent, whatever, I just can tape over that hole. So I'm not going to bring those patches with me, so that saves on a little bit extra room as well. In the bag, you also get rain fly as well as the main tent itself, and everything fits back in here perfectly. And one of the things I really like about it as well is the actual tent stakes themselves. You know, so often you get a tent, or at least all my tents are just that plain boring black and silver. Well, this is the blue one, and it's like a really nice blue color, so it totally fits like the color scheme of the overall tent. It just looks nice. I don't know, this is a nice touch. I really like it, and you can see when these go together, a little silver piece or nickel, whatever it is, it actually goes away. So these are aluminum poles. They're really light. They're really nice. I'd say they're fairly rigid as well. I like them. Now, one of the things that does not come with it is any sort of a ground tarp or ground cloth, and you absolutely want to use one with this tent. Now, a lot of people will just get a regular tarp. Now, Alps also makes ground tarps that you can use. I actually just have had one for a while from Wise Owl. Like, this is the one that I use when I'm hammock camping as my rain fly, and I'm also just using this as my ground tarp. And you want to make sure you get one wide enough that is going to provide you coverage inside the vestibule area. Now, it'll make sense when you see the tent set up, but this tent is really nice. It has the inside portion, but also has these rain flies that extend well past the outer wall to give you a nice covered front porch on both sides. And it's really nice to have a wider ground cloth so your pack, your shoes, whatever, is not sitting on the ground in case it is wet outside. It can be sitting on the tarp and staying dry. Now I'm going to put the specifications for this tent on the screen so you can check those out, but I'm going to talk about a couple of the key features. The first one is the weight. Now, when you start talking about backpacking tents, a lot of them are pretty similar, and then you start paying for weight. Now this one, 125 bucks, it's pretty inexpensive when it comes to some of the top line backpacking tents out there. And this one weighs in at 5 pounds, 11 ounces. And inside the pack, when it's all closed up, it's 23 inches long. Now, it's a 2-person tent, so if you're out with another person, you can split up the weight. You know, you give the stakes and poles to your partner and you carry the main piece, or you split it up some other way. Now, setup of this tent is ridiculously easy, so let's go check that out now. So this is the Alps Lynx 2 setup, but without the rain cover. Goes up pretty quick, pretty easy. The side view. It has access on both sides, which will make more sense when the rain cover goes on, with what they call the vestibules. Inside has a little storage compartment here, storage compartment over there, zippers on both the inside and outside. Well, it also has this storage net up here. I'll show you what that looks like with something in it. What I really like with the rain cover is it's pretty much idiot proof. It's got these clips, one on all 4 corners, so you know exactly how to line it up when you're setting it up together. With the 2 grommets, you can move the tent pole to the inner grommet if you see the tent starting to sag a little bit. So it looks totally deflated when you don't have the stakes down holding out the vestibule flaps. So I'll get those added in now, so you get the whole effect. So it comes with these 8 tent stakes. They're actually not bad. They're aluminum. Each one weighs a ½ ounce or 16 grams. There's 8 of them. That seems like overkill to me. I usually only bring maybe 4, so I actually don't use these even. As I have these from Coghlan's that I really like. It's a little bit longer. It's a tiny bit heavier, where the aluminum ones that come with it are 0.5 ounces. This is 0.7 or 18 grams, but I actually really like these. And again, I only carry 4 of them, so half the number of stakes that it comes with. But I usually just stake down the left flap, and then the right one I leave unstaked, and you unzip this, and this is how I will enter the tent. Now once you're inside, you got a good amount of room for 2 people. So I've got 2 mummy sleeping bags here side by side. A little head to toe action going on, if you know what I mean. But the one thing I really like is the vestibules for all your gear. So you can see right here, this is where I just came in from. If you unzip this, it's got plenty of room right here for your pack. Now typically when I'm out camping, I have my tarp down, so my bag actually wouldn't be just laying on the ground right there. It'd be sitting on top of my tarp as well. And you got that on both sides. So over on this side, yeah, the same thing. So really good amount of area here. It's my hat for a little size reference. Now other things on it that are just kind of a nice touch. This right here, this flips up. This is all mesh right here. So there's one on the other side as well. So you've got a little breeze through. Thought that was a really nice touch. And clips for, just loops for guy lines on all sides as well. Now, if you haven't figured out this trick already, you can thank me later. You take your tent bag and you fold up your tent so it's just a little bit smaller than the width of the overall tent bag. That way, when you start rolling up your tent, it'll fit inside the bag really nicely. All right, guys, so that is the Alps Lynx 2 two-person backpacking tent. As you saw, it's incredibly easy to set up, take down, fits back in the bag, which is awesome. And so far, I really like it. I've camped out a couple of nights with it with my kids. It's been a really good tent so far, and I can't wait to get it out on the trail and really put it through its paces. Now, as I said, you also want to make sure to pick up a ground cloth or ground tarp. The Wise Owl one, again, is the one that I have. Pick up anything, but this one is 8x7, and I found that this is a really good size for it as well. If I would have gone a different size, I probably would have gone maybe slightly bigger, like slightly wider, like an 8x8 would have been really good, but the 8x7, this one works really good. But like I said, you can find it on Amazon as about 125 bucks for the blue one. Don't go green unless you want to spend $60 more and you really like green, whatever. But this is the Alps Lynx 2. Hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, give us a like, subscribe, check out some more videos coming up soon. And like I said, I'll be out on the trail here in a few weeks, so there's gonna be a lot more stuff coming out soon. Thanks.